Hello everybody, this is the 50 somethings. We thought we'd start this video by showing you the RV or our fifth wheel island makeover that we accomplished in just 2 days, and it really wasn't that expensive. I think it was a little less than $125, and it really, in our opinion, changed the whole aesthetics of the RV itself.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 50 somethings and another project day here in the Wood RV. So today we're actually going to reface the center island. They're not always the greatest and we want to make it seem a little bit more like home. So we're actually going to take cedar planks. They're nice, lightweight, they smell good, even though I'm going to paint them a little bit. And we're just going to reface it. It's also going to give this a little bit better structure. So we want to encase it both sides, the front, and then we're going to leave this here because obviously it's our existing drawers and cabinet doors.
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we measured out from the end all the way to the opposite end, and we marked off, you see these markers that we put, and that's the center of our, basically our studs, so that when I nail this in, we're going to make sure that we have a good solid match of the studs to the planks that we're putting on. Now we're going to leave everything in to include the lighting show or panel that was installed in this thing, because we didn't ever use it, so it's not a big deal. We're going to add the extension that we put on, and all that's going to require is a screwdriver and remove the existing plates. Not sure if we're going to put this back on or not, but this actually was the cover for our sink, and we went with a bamboo cover, and we just decided to repurpose it. And then we're also going to remove the USB ports, and going to have to remove one plug, and our heater is actually plumbed into this island, so I have to remove that because we have to cut those out for the planks that we're putting in. And as Laura just said, the planks we're using are actually made out of cedar. We chose cedar because it's so light, and it does smell good, and she's going to paint it, but I can't stop that. But they're very light. The downside is cedar's expensive, but that's because of the weight issue. We've been weighing the rig after every one of our major upgrades to ensure that we stay below the manufacturer's specifications, and that's the key. You want to stay below the manufacturer's specifications. And so the first thing I'm going to do is remove the mounts that I put up for the extension. And I think we bought these off of Amazon, locally purchased. I did put a backing board in there, so if you ever decide to do something like that, make sure that you put a backing board.
Our little girl's a built-in doorbell. She barks every time she hears somebody knocking.
So now that's removed, we just get it out of the way. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to put it back on or not, but for now, we need it out of the way. The next step is we're going to remove the USB port, and we're also going to remove this plug and a vent for the heater. Now just remember, you need to throw your breaker and cut the power to these plugs and USB ports. USB is DC power, but you still should throw the plug. And as you can see, they're just wired in with connectors from the factory. Very easy to remove and install. Remove the cover plate for your plug. Then you have two screws that's holding the actual plug in. Pop that off, and this one has 3 screws just holding in the plumbing. Remove those 3 screws, and there you have it. And to get the ductwork off, it actually has some internal screws right here, but I'm not sure I'm going to have to do that yet, probably. So I might as well take them off. You can push the ductwork back in, and that way when you put your panels up, you can reapply everything, or reinstall everything, I should say. Okay, Laura and I have already measured the board out to our predetermined length. And we've already measured the height and the length of the island itself. So I know I need 10 of these slits. And so just to double check, we brought the first plank in and laid it up.
So I really like it. You guys can tell us what you think, because he wanted them vertical, I wanted them horizontal. My reasoning is because the floor and my blinds are all horizontal, so I like a little bit of cohesiveness. And yours was?
I just thought it would be more sturdy. Okay, let's get this last piece ripped. Last transition piece for the bottom.
We'll have to push it up. I think it fell out.
Alright.
Looks good. You don't have to do
Looks good to last a long time. This one, honestly, is a blind. And it worked out just fine.
Yay! Good, good.
I'll just smooth up these edges.
So what you see here is I'm using a jigsaw to cut out that heater vent port, and you're going to see in a minute how Laura did this for me. She basically used some paper and made some templates so that we could, you know, cut them pretty accurate, and I actually installed them and cut them on the island itself.
Hey guys, so day 2 of our little reno project. We are just doing up the final touches. We got our little trim pieces cut this morning. Unexciting, so we didn't bother sharing with you. But we have everything together, and now we're just putting on the finishing touches so that it looks a little bit cleaner. We picked out our paint samples, so with any luck, here in a few days, or maybe even today if I'm motivated to get it painted, we'll have a nice new island.
Okay, that's the finished product with the trim. Then of course everything's left loose so we can come in and paint it.
Yeah,
Think
a
it turned
lot
out nice.
easier, yep. To be able to pull these out and get the paint all the way back rather than trying to cut around them. So, we came up with an additional project. If you recall, we had taken this and had just added it on here with the collapsible arms. We had just done it, it was an extra piece. We needed a little bit additional countertop because we like to plug stuff in and charge it right here. And when we were looking at this, we thought, why not change that out, it's kind of heavy anyway, and make a matching extension to our counter. So what we're gonna do, we had the exact perfect amount of leftovers. We're gonna cut this down to size, the exact size.
That's our backing board. We went with about a 1/2-inch backing board so to give it a little bit of stability. So all we done was we bought a 24 by 24 base, Home Depot, something like 14 bucks. And we're just going to line up our assembled pieces, which are our planks made out of cedar, on the outer and corner edges. And then I'm gonna mark it with the pin, and I'll take it outside and cut it with the skill saw. And the great thing about this is the backer, if the cut's not perfect, that's fine, because we are putting the trim pieces on just like we did for the island itself. And all this comes about because we're doing a makeover of the fifth wheel a year and a half after we bought it, new. But more than anything else, because we've traveled so much, like any other fifth wheel out there, especially here, this wall was starting to back off a little bit. And yeah, we could put the staplers back in, but we got to thinking, we really didn't like the design anyway, and we could kind of make it our own and add a little flavor to it. And it's going to match what we've done in the rest of the rig, which we're going to show you, obviously, on that final walkthrough.
I am fixing to start painting. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I've got some leftover white from the other trim work we did. I don't know if I want this white. I don't think so. But if nothing else, it'll be a good base coat.
While Laura's putting her whitewash on here before she paints it, do me a favor, tell me what you think. I really wanted to leave it the natural wood and just put a protective over the wood itself. But let us know what you think, like and subscribe, and of course, leave a comment and hit that bell.